Hey everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. We are starting spring themes with our bugs and butterflies. And I love this theme because it's just so much color, and we are bringing in live caterpillars and we'll watch the process as they turn into butterflies. But first, if you're new to my channel, I have been teaching 2 and 3-year-olds for over 25 years, and make sure to check out my other videos. I have lots of videos. I've got playlists on different subjects for teaching toddlers and preschoolers, and you can always check out my website, teaching2and3year-olds.com, where I've got so many different activities that we have done in our classroom. So today I'm going to be sharing what our classroom looks like. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour, but before I do, I wanted to share a newer packet over in my shop, which is on Teachers Pay Teachers, and it is the Bugs and Butterflies packet. I didn't get to use this last year because we got it out just afterwards. So when I was going through this packet and setting everything up, I was so excited and I wanted to share with you what I am going to be doing with it to give you some ideas. So these are all from the Bugs and Butterflies packet on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I'll drop a link below in this video's description. So the first thing is we have this here. This is 5 little butterflies. This is a prop. And again, if you're new to teaching 2 and 3-year-olds, I love circle time, which you don't hear that very often with teachers who teach toddlers and preschoolers because it can be so hard, but I love it because I always use props. That is my secret to a successful circle time. And so we have a few props here that we're going to be using during circle time. This is the 5 little butterflies song prop, and it even has on the front page a song that we recommend you listen to do with this. And that is 5 little butterflies, and it is on my spring Spotify, my Bugs and Butterflies Spotify playlist. I will drop a link to that in this video's description as well. And so I have laminated. I always like to laminate my props, and usually I either will do Velcro on the back for a felt board, or I'll do magnetic for a magnetic board. I'll put magnets on the back. Or I'll use popsicle sticks, which I will show you in a moment. But these are the 5 butterflies. And then I decided to take this same activity, because I love to stretch these out as far as I can, and I made a table activity. So what I did was I made 2 copies. I laminated and kept the first one intact, and then I laminated and cut apart the butterflies on the second one, and then they're just going to match them up. So this is a fun table activity, and you have your circle time activity. Another table activity that we have in this packet is matching butterflies by color. And so again, I took one and I laminated it and kept it whole, and then I laminated and cut apart the cards, and then they'll just come up and they will match them up. And this goes on our table for our table activities, and this is during our free choice centers time. And another thing you could do is cut them all apart for older preschoolers, and you can do a memory game. So that is a lot of fun. And then also in that packet we have these 10 bees, and I made this into a table activity. Again, I laminated, kept the first one whole, and then I cut apart the second set, and then they could just, you can put this on your table and they can match it up. You can also make this a circle time activity by putting a set of these in the middle of your circle, giving the children each one of these, and then they come and they match theirs up to the one that's already on the carpet. So every child will have a different number. They'll come up and place it underneath. And here is another fun activity that will get the children engaged, which is what keeps them interested in your circle time activity. This is a matchup. Now these actually are in the packet just to be used. They were meant to be used as picture cards, and you can just have these out so the children can look at them. You might have them in your science area, in a pocket chart. But I wanted to go one step further, and I wanted to have this be part of our circle time. So I laminated them and put a magnetic dot on the back, and then you have them on the board, and then you give each child one of the same exact. So these are our props. So these come in the packet too. These are butterfly and bug props, which you can use numerous ways during circle time. And this is an example of how I have put them on a jumbo craft stick. I've laminated it to keep it sturdy, and I've taped it on the back and on the front with wide packing tape, so it's nice and sturdy. I wanted to take these props and use them in a different way. So these cards match these props. So I made the props, I have the cards. The children that can then come up one by one and they can match it. And they might be able to tell you what bug it is, and so they'll just match it like that. For younger children, you don't have to do this many. You can have a smaller amount, so it's not as overwhelming, and just make sure you have enough of the props so that each child has one to hold. And then remember these 10 bees that I just showed you that I used as a table activity. It also is used as a song prop. So this goes to 10 Little Honeybees by Lynn Brown, and it's on my Spotify playlist, and it shows you that on the cover sheet when you download this printable. And then I have them all out here on the board so the children can visually see all 10 of the bees while we're singing the song. Now you could take this further. Remember how I have these bees here, how I've separated them? Make enough so that each child gets one, put another magnetic dot on back, have enough room on here so then they can come up and they can place theirs underneath it so that they can match it, so it can be a matching game. So when you're done with the song, they can match it there. So this is a fun activity. Again, it can be used at the table and it can be used at circle time, and this is also in that Bugs packet. And I have one more activity that I want to share, but this is not from the Bugs and Butterflies packet. This is from our 5 Little Friends Driving in a Car packet, and they have different characters, and each one comes with its own lyrics. So I like to laminate that too, put it in the bag so I can just pull it all out and it's ready to go. I laminated these, and I put these little bunnies, little magnetic things on the back, so that little magnetic dots so they can stay right there. You can also do this with Velcro on a felt board. And then I sing it, so it's 5 little bunnies, and it's all about them hopping out of the car one by one, and you'll read it, and then they hop out, and the children can count down as we go from 5 bunnies in the car to no bunnies. The 5 Little Bunnies packet also comes with these visuals. So I just copied on cardstock, folded it over. I used a glue stick. I taped first I taped the jumbo craft stick to the inside, folded it over, and used a glue stick to keep it all down. And then it shows the countdown. So it starts with 5, has the number, and then they can count how many bunnies are on this other side. So you can do this when you sing the song again. You can do this instead of using the other visual that I just showed you. Or you can do both, however you want to do it. And again, these are great visuals for the children. That's keeping them engaged. They're not just listening to you. And that is what I always tell teachers is you want to make sure your circle times are interactive. So the children are following along with you. They're seeing something. There's a visual. They can help you count. They're watching as you're removing pieces, or maybe they're holding pieces too. So that's why all of the activities that I showed you today that are part of circle time, the children are part of it. They're not just sitting and listening, they're engaged, they're part of it. And I really think that this makes such a huge difference with circle time, especially with the younger ages. So those are some of the printables that I am using. These are the newer ones. At the end of this video, I will also share some of the other printables that you will see that are set up in our classroom, or they might not be visible during the tour, but they will come out at some point in the next 2 weeks. Also, I wanted to mention that even though this is Bugs and Butterflies, Easter comes around this year right kind of in between this theme and our next theme, which is gardening. So I am adding a little bit of Easter. I don't have a whole lot out yet, but as the week progresses and we get into next week, I'll start adding more Easter, and then that will follow into our gardening. So I'm kind of mixing that in with it. It's all spring. And all of this is in I have 2 resource pages, and one of them, for the first 2 weeks, that is the Bugs and Butterflies resource page, and you really want to take a look at that because I have links to some of the activities we're doing, or I will explain some of the activities that we're doing in that resource page. I have links to all of the printables I'm using, the songs, the books, what we're doing at each center. I've created these to make it easy for you to pick and choose what you might want to do. And then also there's a resource page for the gardening theme. And that one is also going to be, I'll put that link in the video's description. Again, it has all the same information where you'll get the links to everything. Make sure to go to this video's description where you find all the goodness. Everything is in there. So now let me show you how we have our classroom set up. On our writing table, we will be using different color sheets. A lot of these are going to be from our Bugs and Butterflies packet, but I also have some other ones, and they're all in my resource page. We also have some rubbing templates, and we have some tracing cards.
We have to speak a name on it.
We'll put his name on it, yes. You did it! On our science table, we will be exploring the life cycle of the butterfly.
All right. 5, 3.
I haven't brought out the Easter stuff yet, except in our dramatic play area. So I do have some bunnies and a couple of Easter baskets. And then I will slowly be adding more this week and definitely more the following week. On our dress-up cart, we have the cutest felt ladybug caps, which I love to show these every year. A dear teaching mentor who is now, she's been retired for many years, but when she got rid of all of her stuff, she called me first, which I was honored. And part of it were these felt ladybug caps. And she has enough of them so each of the children can wear them, and they're just so sweet. And then we also have some butterfly wings and some butterfly headbands. In our block area, we have jumbo bugs and tree blocks. And the bugs are from Lakeshore Learning, because I know I'll be asked that, because I'm asked that every single time I share them. They are wonderful. I think we actually have 2 sets, and they have lasted us for so long, and I love that they're big. Because we are going to be painting with them. On our activity table, we will be having assorted activities. This is where we like to work on numbers and shapes, colors, fine motor, and we just put like 4 out each time, and we rotate them. So right now, this is what we have out. The butterflies are from our Bug and Butterfly packet, and the bees are also from our Bugs and Butterflies packet. On our easel, we have our big butterflies, and I have these as a free printable. Link is in the video's description, and these can be printed to 11 by 17, which is perfect for the easel, but I also want to use these at the art table because I love how big they are. So we're going to be doing some foldovers with those. We're going to be using Q-tips, cotton swabs, probably jumbo ones, and putting colors on them and then folding them across, fold them in the middle, press them down. You probably all did this when you were kids. I think they'll be really cute.
You're done? That is clever. Caterpillar creeping through some sticks. One got stuck. What's the one got stuck?
And in addition to the butterfly foldovers, we're also going to be doing some bug painting. So I'm going to take the jumbo bugs and they're going to paint them, or they can do tracks. But usually my age group loves to just paint them. But the older children might like to actually pick them up and have them make tracks across the paper. And I have a blog post about this, and I'll link to that in this video's description.
The bird. The birds. The birds.
Today we are making prints. We are mixing paint on mirrors so it's nice and slick. And then we put the butterfly on top and we're tapping it. Should we pick it up? Let's pick it up. Pick it up. And then it makes a print. At our play-doh table, we have butterfly cookie cutters and also bug stamps.
Yes, so. She just needs a break.
In our sensory bin, we have our bugs and butterflies with dyed rice, and of course, I always have scoops, and I always have cups or something that they can scoop into. On our light table, we have bee finger puppets, and these are from Oriental Trading. And then we have our bee puppet. I don't know where that was purchased. And then we have some little bees. I don't know where those were purchased either. And then we have our yellow. I pulled the yellow blocks out of our translucent block collection. I love this block collection so much because we use it. All of our classes use these. I would say every theme, one of the classrooms is using it. And we like to just pull out the colors we want to use, and they are not only great at the light table, but they're great in other areas of the classroom too.
What is that? What is that?
Bee. So that's how we have our classroom set up for the bugs and butterflies and some Easter. Make sure to click like and subscribe because that really helps my channel. And I'd love to hear what you are doing. What themes are you doing for the month of April? Please add those in the comment section so that others can join in too, so we can all read what we're all doing. Thanks for watching. One of our circle time activities will be reciting Here is a Beehive. And so we have this packet on Teachers Pay Teachers. It's in the Song and Rhymes packet, volume number 2. We have 5 numbered bees, and then we have the beehive. And then I have laminated them and I put magnetic dots on the back because I want to use this on our magnetic board, but you can use craft sticks as well or Velcro. Then I took the plain bee and I made enough so that each child can hold a bee while we sing the song, and of course I attach it to my jumbo craft sticks. During circle time, we will be having fun with these 10 caterpillars, and I've laminated it and I've put the little magnetic dots on the back, and we'll be reading 10 Wriggly Wiggly caterpillars to go along with this prop. In our springtime packet, it's mostly gardening, flower activities, but there is a bug activity that I pulled out, and there comes with several different cards, and they come like this. So one thing I do is I keep this intact, and then the younger children can just put it right on top. And then the next step is to take this away, have it like this, and then they can just match it up like that. And then the next step is to be able to match it just like that. And one of our props this week, these are going to be for the children to hold. These are butterfly props and they're in different colors. This is a free printable that's on the website. And like I always do, I have the children hold these while I read books and we sing songs. Another freebie that we have on the website are these spring counting cards. They go to 10. I like to make 2 copies, and then the children can just match them up like this. Another free printable we have is this counting puzzle. This is a simple one for younger children. It goes to 5, and when you put the strips in numerical order, it makes the picture of a butterfly. And we also have some other strip puzzles as well, so I'll drop links to these in the video's description. And if you're looking for a butterfly template, I have this free printable. It's included in a butterfly activity, so I will drop a link to that activity, and if you just scroll down the page a little bit, you'll find the download for this. You can use this also in the writing table with markers or crayons. You can use it at the art table with paint. We have this free bug counting printable on my website, and for each number there's that many dots on the number, and you can then use a pom-pom, you can use a button, you can use this at the play-doh table, and you can roll up some balls and put it on there. Just something to put on each number. I also have these activity plans. These are bugs and butterflies, and there's 24 activities. This one is for the preschool age, ages 3 to 5. And we also have a packet for toddlers, and that is ages 16 months to 36 months. And then it comes with all of these printables that we will be using in our classroom. And this is not a printable, but I wanted to share it in here so that if you are interested in the links, we have this life cycle model, and then we also have this, the cage and everything that comes with live caterpillars. We get these from Insect Lore. You can get this off Amazon. This year we found that it took a lot longer to get them from Amazon, so we ordered directly through Insect Lore. I'll leave the links to both, and you can decide which one might work for you if you're interested. Make sure to check the description of this video where you will find links to all of the printables that I've mentioned, plus some other printables that might not have been shown.